Hi. Hi. Welcome to the show, the Kathy McKee Show. Um, well, we're back with a third episode. I had some trouble uploading the second episode to YouTube. We're working on it. We are on Podbean as a podcast. So if you'd like to see the second episode, which goes into a little more detail, please go to Podbean and you can view it there. I have a couple of issues to talk to you about today. I'm still on the situation with the rape and the harassment and everything going on in Hollywood that is so now popular with everybody. It seems to be the talk now. People are coming out of the woodwork. People are coming forward, and frankly, it's about time, really, because women have been mistreated and treated this way for a very long time, and not just in show business. Don't get me wrong here. This is going on wherever there's a power figure who's a male boss and a woman, and I suppose it happens also with men with female power figures, but probably way less. I'm just so sick and tired of the incredible stupidity of people, and I don't know where they're coming from. I don't understand the comments that people make to me online, and it's all over the internet, to all sorts of women who've been molested and raped and attacked by these men. And, let me say again to you, Bill Cosby is let me put this the way that it is stated in the press, in the media, is America's number one rapist ever in the history of our country. He raped more women and attacked more women over a longer period of time than anybody else in history. Of course, now, some of you want to deny that still because you're so stupid, or maybe because you have the same traits, possibly. I have to just say that I did get a comment. I decided to close the comments on YouTube because they were just all so stupid. It's just so ridiculous. Somebody named True Brother said to me, well, first of all, when I talked about Bill Cosby's psychological report from many psychiatrists who studied him during the trial, which he was convicted of rape and is doing prison time now for, they said, well, they were the KKK. The psychiatrists are the KKK. Okay, well, all right, then that's too bad that you think like that, because that's going to put you need a psychiatrist, so you're going to have to find somebody who's not a member of the KKK. So the whole comment to me was about these women spending time alone, all these women, and he mentioned 60 women. Let me point out to you, there's way more than 60 women that have accused Bill Cosby of raping them and molesting them and beating them down and drugging them. He says, why would they want to be alone with somebody's husband, and were they trustworthy, and yada, 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 yada. Well, first of all, in my opinion, if you are someone's husband, it's your responsibility to be faithful to your wife. It is not the responsibility of every woman that comes in contact with you through business, through work, through affairs, through events, through agents, through meetings, through whatever, to worry about whether or not you are going to rape them, number one, molest and attack them brutally, or whether or not you're faithful to your wife. It's none of their business. So clearly, Bill Cosby was never faithful to his wife, Camille. Absolutely never. He's been doing women since the early 60s, other than his wife. So right there, that standard in a man, that type of a human being that behaves in that way, and not just, and this is now separate from the rape. This is the womanizing part of Bill Cosby. So with that said, that just shows the character of the man. Now, the fact that Camille stayed married to Bill Cosby throughout this episode of him doing what he did, that is just also really ridiculous. Why would a woman stay married to a man who's treating her so badly, so poorly, so disrespectfully, that he's running around with every kind of young, and mostly, by the way, young white women? That was his preference. And I saw him and I witnessed it with my eyes many times with Sammy Davis on the road, at different places, at the Playboy Mansion. I saw it. So you can't tell me, I don't really care at this point what people think or what people have to say to me anymore. I've reached a point in my life and an age in my life where, hey, I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. This is what happened. I was a victim of Bill Cosby's. I was raped by him, along with many other women who I plan to have on this program starting in about a week or two. We'll do a split screen, and I'll interview as many women as I can. Harvey Weinstein victims, Matt Lauer victims, any victim that would like to come forward and talk to me and tell the world what happened to them and who did what to them, especially if they are a well-known VIP celebrity person who's walking around thinking they're just so smart and they're just a piece of shit, really. I guess they get so much money and they get so much fame that they just think they can do anything to people, and for the most part they can. I was watching an interview with Rose McGowan with Ronan Farrow, who I admire. I think Ronan Farrow is a bright, intelligent young man, and I think his mother should be very proud of him. And I think Rose McGowan is also a very powerful woman, and I feel that her coming forward and doing what she did, she's been on this path for 20 years quietly, trying to get some justice and trying to see that some of these people are revealed. And I think it's working, and I admire her, and I admire what she has said, and I admire how she's standing for women, and I also admire the fact that she's extremely honest. This is another problem in show business that we have. We have these fake, phony-ass, mask-wearing people who are just full of shit, and they pretend that they're better than thou, and that they're godly, and that they're Christian, and that they're this, and that they're that, and listen, behind closed doors, no, they are not. And very few people will come forward and talk about it because they're afraid they're going to lose their career, or they're going to lose whatever little bit they got in this world that they hung on to for so long. And frankly, I really don't give a shit anymore, to tell you the truth. I walked away from being an actress in Hollywood 25, 30 years ago to pull myself together again, to raise my son, to get off of drugs, and to quit drinking, and to change my lifestyle. I went home to be with my family, to ground myself, get my bearings. I was taking a look at the life I was leading, and I realized that I needed to go home. I needed to be with my mother and my disabled sister and get my bearings in reality. And I did. And I'm back. I'm in the business. I am a casting director now, and I don't think anybody's going to tell me, well, we're not going to hire you to do a casting for us because you opened your mouth and you said some nasty things about people, or you told the truth. Because really, nobody really cares. People are trying to do their job, and they're trying to do their work, and they want to get over. And if you're the best person for the job, which I am, by the way, I am an incredible casting director, they're going to hire you. It's about saving money, getting the job done, casting the right people for the parts. It's really about now people taking a stand for what they believe in and speaking up and doing the right thing. Now, I have a couple other things I want to talk about today. I've heard some really crazy stuff. I've been paying very close attention to people's comments and interviews. There's more and more and more interviews now about sexual molestation, rape, harassment, and really the dam has really burst. the floodwaters are coming in. And if you're one of these people who have committed these crimes against women and kept it a secret, or have been wearing a cloak, a mask, and you're pretending to be somebody you're not, well, you're probably going to end up, it's going to come out on you too, probably. So everybody's really scared and nervous. Hopefully it is going to change this industry that we work in, and it is going to make things a little bit different. But again, I've heard some really incredibly stupid things, and from people I really admire and like. George Clooney. I like George Clooney, always have, ever since his Roseanne days. He said that maybe one of the first things that we should do is these women should stop going to hotel rooms, or we should stop having meetings in hotel rooms. Okay, come on, y'all. Now look, come on, please. You can go in someone's office at the studio and get raped. People were raped in Matt Lauer's office at NBC. It doesn't matter where you are. What matters is the ethics of the man, the human being or woman that's doing this to you. The moral code, the boundaries, not where you are. I think he also mentioned something about one of these days there's probably going to be a sign on the studio door, or on the gateway into the studios, like at Paramount or wherever, Warner Brothers, saying, if you enter, you have to strictly follow these code of ethics. Well, I have a comment that I made that is, the big Hollywood sign. The comment that I have to make is enter at your own risk. Yeah, Hollywood, enter at your own risk. It's about people facing who they are and knowing the type of person that they are, and not wanting to be that type of person anymore, period. And if that's the only way that you can get sex with a woman is if you attack her or take it, or if it's a quid pro quo, look, I'm going to give you this part, but only if you suck my dick. Well, come on, come on. You really, you know what that woman is thinking about you in her head? Do you know what's going on in her mind about this act that she has to perform, that she may perform? It's possible. The venom and the disgust that's involved in it when you do these kind of things. So, and a lot of the men seem to feel that they have a right. They think, well, I'm a big, powerful movie star, or I'm a music star, and I have all this money and fame, and I'm above everybody, and you're just nothing but some woman, and there are 50 million of them out there that will come in here and do the same thing. Well, that's too bad. That is also a problem. Women are losing their respect for their own selves in performing these acts and doing these things and stooping to these low levels. And my recommendation to everybody is just cut it out. Stop it. Stop giving your body away to men in exchange for a job or whatever. If you have talent and you have potential, go somewhere else to another audition. You'll get a job. So, you're going to get hired. You're going to get work. You do not have to do this in order to be successful. It is obvious, if you have potential and you have talent, that you will be okay. You will make it. You will survive. You will be blessed in some kind of way. And you don't have to put up with this. You don't have to do this. That's really my message for today. I'm going to cut my videos shorter because of the problem that we're having uploading them to YouTube. So we're going to make a series of short videos. Today is continuing about show business and Bill Cosby and people in the industry that know better. Okay? So Bill Cosby in prison there, you know better. You always knew better. Your mother taught you better. She raised you better. Why you did it? I'll never know. You had enough women throwing themselves at you, so it had to be some kind of freakish, as the psychologist said, perverted freak thing that you had to get on and get off, and so you had to take women and rape women, and imagine now if you look back at it, maybe you could have just paid some of those women to pretend that they were drugged, or you could have drugged them anyway. Maybe they were you could have paid them and said, look, I want to drug you, and then pretend I'm raping you. Maybe that would have been better, and then you wouldn't be in jail today for being some kind of fucking freaky pervert that you are. Okay? So that's all for today. That's all for right now. I'm on the other side of the world now, and I'm going to be coming back home to California soon. So I wish you all well, and safe travels wherever you're going. And I'll be back. I'll see you again with another episode of the Kathy McKee Show, breaking Hollywood's code of silence. Thank you.